Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you so much. My name is Hoshi General Ntai Mwenye Malachi. I'm the president of Freedom in South Africa, a newly formed political party by traditional leaders. Today I'm going to present to you about the constitutional monarchy system, which is best for South Africa. Now, firstly, let me say to you, as the people of South Africa, we lost the land, we lost minerals, we lost jobs, we lost businesses, we lost our dignity, we lost our culture, we lost the value of education, we lost control of our borders. And that's why as kingdoms we are joining politics. For the past 13 years, we've been fighting the government about issues of exploitation in the police, in the emergency services, in the military. There are over 10,000 people who were used, some for 27 years without a salary. So we took the government head on. We marched in 2019, 2022, and this year, 2024. But there's no answer. When they removed SASSA grants from different tribal authorities, we also challenged them. Why do you disadvantage SASSA beneficiaries? Why do you destroy smaller businesses? And nobody listened. So when COVID broke out in 2019, we also challenged the government. You declared a disaster when there are still less than 10 infections. Why don't you take these people, close them in a small corner, bring traditional healers, faith healers, and our contemporary doctors in different hospitals to come and solve these issues? And they refused. In return, we lost over 100,000 people. Science said we are going to lose over 1 million people. They went to Gauteng to dig 1 million graves. But at the end, God said, I'm going to save my children. And science got only 10%. And we lost 100,000 people. But they survived. Many of them survived. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are joining politics because the government has lost control. There's no government. Our borders are porous, unemployment is high, poverty is deep, inequality is deep, corruption, we see corruption all over. People are murdered on a daily basis. Women are raped, children are raped. You know, it's survival of the fittest, survival of the connected. There's stock theft, there's robbery, there's burglary, all these challenges. They have prompted us as kingdoms, as traditional leaders, to join politics. The good thing about politics is that it's a game of numbers. We need numbers to take over power. God said to us, after knocking all these government department stores and say, please help us. They said, we saw them. They undermine you. As kingdoms, you have the spiritual power, you have the knowledge power, you have also the networking power. There are so many of you who are suffering. And as black people, you are one, you are related. Join hands, fight these people. And we will support you to gain political power and eventually economic power. So ladies and gentlemen, we are joining politics because the Spirit says so. We are joining politics because the people of South Africa are suffering. There are 6 million employees in South Africa. Out of that, 800,000 are public servants. All government departments are understaffed. So the only solution to all these problems is the constitutional monarchy system. What is the constitutional monarchy system? It's the system where the kingdoms are above politics. And I'm very happy that our partners, FISA has partnered with COPE. Our partners, Congress of the People, under the leadership of the Honorable President Lekota, they agreed that the United Kingdom's model is the best. We want the kingdoms above politics to protect the land, minerals, to protect art and culture, to protect our heritage, to protect the traditional leadership, and also our communities. Who are the envisaged tribes? There are so many tribes. The Amangwe tribe, Babirwa, Bafuke, Magana, Bapeli, Bakone, Bakhalaga, Bakhatla, Baholokwe, Bakwena, Baribedu, Bapalabora, Baroka, Basia, Basutu, Batropa, Batona, Badau, the Khoisan, the Khoikhoi, the Koran, Mapondo, Mapulana, Mandebele, Mashubi, the Sen, the Swazis, Muziligasi, Kingdom, Ndrebele, Bavenda, Batonga, Bashangan, the Xhosas and the Zulus. These are the different tribes that we envisaged. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to benefit many people because many of these tribes don't have a kingdom. There are 3 kingdoms in South Africa: Zulu Kingdom, Pedi Kingdom, and Xhosa Kingdoms. So other tribes were destroyed. I said in the clips, as Baroka in Transvaal, we are the earliest tribe here, but we don't have a kingdom. We are not recognized. They destroyed us to take over the control of land and minerals. Then they micromanage South Africa. They work with traditional leaders selectively. They impose traditional leaders all over. And our people don't have water. That's why we decided this is the best model. Now, let me show you here what will be the key function of the Prime Minister below the United Kingdom. The Prime Minister is going to run politics and the economy of the country. He's going to make sure that we protect the sovereignty of South Africa. Stop this thing of porous borders. Stop these criminal activities in the country. And make sure that the government provides 24/7 professional services. You build the capacity. You make sure that all the government departments, they have enough resources. Most importantly, they don't lease offices. Currently, in many of the government departments, they are leasing offices. It is wrong. Now, we will make sure we do that as the Prime Minister. Remember, I'm the Prime Minister candidate, so I'll be running this office. We will ensure law and order. We will protect the value of education. Currently, they appoint the ministers without a diploma, without qualifications. That has destroyed the value of education, ladies and gentlemen. We need to change that. We want the ministers with minimum master's degree, premiers with minimum master's degrees, MMCs, MECs, and also the managers in different municipalities and professionals with minimum degree. This is going to make sure that we protect the value of education and we encourage people to study. Build an inclusive health system where we bring traditional healers also to be incorporated or integrated in the health system. We'll also make sure that we ensure there's a fair justice for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, there are lots of key functions here, including building state capacity to compete in every sector. We need to make sure that we have the state bank to make sure that we take our people, we get our people out of debt. We were indebted by the system. You know that. If you followed what's happening in South Africa previously with some banks colluding to increase the interest rates for black people, you will know what I'm talking about. So what we are saying here is that the office of the Prime Minister will deal with all those issues to ensure that we protect the local people on jobs, businesses and services. Also making sure that we build a competitive government, also making sure that there's stability, there's food security. We need to compete in all sectors, as I said. Agriculture is one of them. So there are so many important things that we are going to do. The other important thing is implementing strategic programs. This basically talks about skills programs for non-matriculants, for matriculants, to produce many items locally. It's unfair that we are consumers of foreign goods. It's unfair. Many of the things we wear, they are from other countries. Our factories are closed. This is unfair. So the office of the Prime Minister is going to make sure that there's accountability and every leader who's working for the government, he conducts himself correctly. Now, these are some of the benefits, ladies and gentlemen. Access for the land. We are going to benefit on the minerals, making sure that we distribute the mineral wealth. There's restoration of dignity. There's availability of jobs. We are going to convert 5 million tender jobs in security, cleaning, maintenance, and field firefighting sectors into permanent with minimum wage of 12,500. Nobody is saying about that. So what we are saying here is that we are bringing in solutions for every problem. We spoke about skills programs, SASSA grants. We take them back to tribal authorities and community centers. To do what? To kickstart the smaller businesses. We are also going to make sure that there are one-year skills programs to help all the matriculants to build careers under different government departments. When we do that, we are shadowing all the government departments to make sure that there's succession planning. These issues of shortages of resources, shortages of manpower, and we are done with it. We are going to stop this thing of using people as assistant teachers, assistant nurses for so many years without enough support or enough benefits. We are going to absorb many of them, make sure that we give them salaries to build careers and to make sure that they also build families. We are going to integrate traditional healers and also home-based carers and early childhood development centers into the government departments to provide professional services. We will implement minimum wage as the company's annual turnover. This is important. I don't know to minimum wage. Companies they are making more money than other companies, meaning they will be in a position to afford better salaries. That's what we are going to do. We will stop exploitation, no more manipulation, no more harassment of people in South Africa. We are going to deal with that. We will remove politicians in different mining companies or different mining sectors to make sure that the minerals in the country benefit traditional leaders and their communities all over the country. We will also make sure that we spoke of state-owned businesses, we spoke of market salaries, we also spoke of no tax on pension fund. You work the government for 40 years. When you go on pension, they tax that 5 million, you go home with 3 million. But you've been paying tax every month. It's unfair. It's evil. So we are going to change that to make sure that we support employees. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the best system that is used by different countries: Britain, Canada, Belgium, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai. All the progressive countries are using this system. So going to these elections, we are happy we partnered with COPE, an African Security Congress. It's a security based organization led by President Motlou. So we agreed as partners to go into this war together to make sure that we take over power. As I said, politics is a game of numbers. We are bringing in all the smaller businesses under King Legitlane. We call their organization LEDS. It's less funding. So they are supporting all the smaller businesses. So together, the numbers that we are going to pull out are going to help us to take over power. We need minimum 6 million votes to take over power in South Africa. As I said, politics is a game of numbers. As traditional leaders, as kingdoms, we tried the legal route to hold them accountable, and they don't listen. We tried boycotting elections. It's not going to work. It's not working. So the only viable option is to join politics, battle for power, and make sure that we liberate the people of South Africa. Stop abusing yourself. This is the best system which will benefit everybody. As kingdoms, we want to help you. As kingdoms, we want a better life for you and for everybody. So I thank you so much. Rally behind the FISA. Our contacts are here. You can call me on this number or you can WhatsApp me on that number 060893 440 or WhatsApp me on 0814649957. We appoint 26 people in every community as leaders to implement community development projects. So going to elections in all the regions, vote for COPE. When you vote for COPE, you vote for FISA because COPE is supporting United Kingdom's model and COPE is supporting me as the Prime Minister candidate. So we have nothing to lose. So we join hands with COPE because COPE understands this model better. And that's why together we are partners and we are going to make sure that once we take over South Africa, we'll implement this model. I thank you so much. I hope you will be honest and fight for your freedom. Because if you don't do that, the problem is you for failing to exercise your democratic right. Reboni di t-shirt, ba le pakishete, di jail. Khali di jail, sike bela tshwenyega. Khali ya go vote ka mona le boxing, vote la maoshi. All these politicians ke bana ba rena. A rena le bothata se se leng bona gore a re sa re motho gana lwa. Di party jela ba re go ka moka ba emela maoshi. Rena re ya tekemela a re emele ke motho. Re rumile batho 30 years ago gore ba re nyakele tokologo. What we found ke gore re kgweditse batho ba ile gore ba di khumisha 180 shares all over in different mining companies. And that's why we can't risk anymore to send any other person to go fight for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much. God bless you. This is FISA, President. Talk to me anytime, talk to the leaders, build structures in every community. There's no time. I thank you and may God bless you. Thank you.